Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. With me this week I have GM of Saucier Pass, Corey,
What's going on? Surprised I'm here, bitches.
and me, your host, GM of Team Ramrod. I know it's been a while. You probably forgot that this show existed. It's been 30 days since our last episode. Um, But yeah, we're back. Hockey's back. We'll have some results to talk about. We have a lot of trades because this is our trade deadline happened during the Olympic break. So let's get into it and review the playoff race, which is getting down to the wire here. I know it seems like it's pretty settled, but I hear there's a path.
Ooh.
So we'll talk.
There is?
So last week, Sauce Pass tied. Page against the machine, opening up a path for some teams. Um, Travis leaving a point on the table here, which would have
No,
solidified.
no, this is Mark. This is
Oh,
Mark.
Mark, sorry, Tage. I was thinking Tage because, long
Dude,
time.
I've done it as well. I've got mixed up multiple times.
They're the
So
same
I feel
guy
you.
to me.
Yeah.
Take that how you
Oh,
want,
trash.
Travis.
But
Sorry, Mark with a tie. So what happened here?
well, I squeezed one out with a game-winning goal Sunday. I believe it was but I had no way of winning. It was pretty lopsided. Um, but I was able to get the tie. I took four goalie categories, putting up a 950. We both had a shutout within like the first 2 days of the week. Beat him four game winning goals to three. He had four shorthanded points on me. Everything was pretty damn far apart, except for blocks eight, because we had no more goalies going by the end of Sunday. So there was no way a category was moving. It was pretty much unless he got a GWG, it was pretty set. Um, so long ago. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Neckis
Well,
doing
not
well
really
for
though,
me
because
here.
it
Three
ended on
goals.
Sunday, right? So like.
I know, but some of the other games, like three goals, three assists for Neckis, Forsling, 19 pims for me, 13 hits from Orlov. Misa was the one with the GWG,
Yeah.
two goals, two assists on the week on the month.
He kind of fucked me in
Uh,
the other league by him getting that GWG.
yeah.
Forced a tie when I should have had to win.
And then Mers picked him up and he got me a shutout.
Yeah,
Uh,
he had a great
and
game.
Wolf with one win. And quick, all goalies with above 935 and all below a 169. So my goalies really had a solid week for me.
And only one of
Uh,
those is a starter.
oh, absolutely. Yeah. On a shitty team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but on Mark's side here, Page, four goals, three assists. Kindle, three goals, one assist, plus five with a shorthanded point, 17 shots. Uh, Boldy, six goals, seven assists. Stamkos, five goals, two assists. His players came out to play. Celebrini, two goals, two assists. Ekblad, 13 hits. Um, yeah, and then Greaves got him the one shutout. And then other than that, he couldn't get a goalie win, thankfully, because that would have gave him the win for the week. But Allen putting up some good numbers, and Wallstead, his recent acquisition, put him a five goals against and a 865 in his one start, not helping him. But I just had to point that out.
No, big points that mean nothing to either of you. At this point, I think it's pretty.
Well, no, I think that's huge for Mark because now losing one, right? Like he's 3 points out as opposed to 2 points out from seventh and eighth place in the standings. So like that's a massive point that he gave up to me there.
Yeah, but he pretty much threw in the towel when he started selling, so like it's to be expected. I think he there is a chance he makes it, but I don't know if he does. So,
Yep.
uh,
But there was a lot on the line. That's all.
but this should have been 2 points for him,
Uh,
based on your team's performance this season, right? So, and
yeah,
he didn't
agreed.
he didn't take those points. Speaking of not taking points, Team Ramrod losing to Derek, the Shifley Tower here, defeating me 8-4. I don't even remember what happened because I've just been setting my lineup, not really paying too much attention.
Yeah, because there's no real reason, right? So,
No, that's it. I'm not in danger of
uh,
getting to the bottom. I did make one move last week, and that was my last ad because I had to make my lineup legal. I knew I needed a defenseman. Because of I waited for the whole Olympic break or whatever to see what defenseman I need to pick up, but I only had three defense, so that's the only time I paid attention as I made sure my lineup was legal at the end.
yeah, Derek, Derek beating you on both ends here, three goalie categories to one. Then taking six player categories to your three, tying shorties and game winning with zeros apiece. Uh, assists four apart. He was up by four on you. You beat him by two blocks. Otherwise, all the categories were quite far apart. Um, so what happens when you have a pretty heavy man game, right? Matchup. You even had 9 games advantage on him. Wasn't able to get it done. Your side, Matthews, 5 apples. McDavid, a goal, 7 assists, 20 shots. Colasar, 19 hits. Weatherson, 15 hits. Kachuk, 3 goals, 4 assists, 21 pims, four
He can
power
heat
play
it up now that he's
points.
actually playing, you know? Like,
Well, like it helps. Uh, and then in nets, yeah, Anunin, the only goalie putting up a decent numbers for the week. Getting 1 win, Bob with 2 wins, but some pretty subpar numbers, an 852 and a 375. Hellebuck, some decent starts, but the team couldn't just can't score for him. Get any wins. Um, Going over to Derek's team here. Shifley, 5 assists. Trennan, 24 hits. Guy went off. Lardy, 3 goals, 2 assists. Keller, 2 goals, 6 assists. Bouchard, 2 goals, 7 assists. Pretty heavy numbers there. Then in nets, Vladar and Allmark, 2 wins apiece. Vladar put him at 936 with 103 saves for 177 goals against average. Guy's been just a lethal pickup for Derek here for the season. Swayman, no starts for him. I'm not sure why. I don't think he was out for any reason, but uh,
he probably was because he probably had that Olympic hangover.
yeah, but and then no starts before. But either way,
Boston might have had a light schedule. Like,
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Allmark getting 2 assists, 2 wins though. Uh, Ottawa needing all the wins they can get now, but yeah, big win for him to
yeah,
clinch a playoff spot.
lock himself in there pretty much. He's entrenched in a playoff spot. I don't see him falling out.
You can't. Numbers are set now.
Jager bombs, defeating TVT, putting TVT in a danger zone. What happened here?
Yeah, 9-4 win for Jager Bombs. Goalies three. They both tied with 6 wins. Pretty huge. Look at numbers. 313 saves for Travis. That must be a league record. Um, but Braden's goalies getting the best of him, putting up better goals against, save percentage with a shutout. 26 goals for him. Only three game winning goals. Tied Travis, who only had 14 goals. Beat him pretty heavily in pims and hits and blocks and one shorthanded point. So yeah, once again, just the heavier game schedule, you're seeing so much bigger gaps in the standings or in the categories. But a few close ones, but yeah, still 9-4 though. So he would have needed a lot to turn the other way. Braden side, Bennett 3 goals, 2 assists. Johnson 3 goals, 1 assist. Gensel 24 pims. Someone got him pissed off. Uh, got Werenski a goal, 4 assists. Dobson 2 goals, 3 assists. Schaefer 5 goals, 2 assists. Shorthanded point from Dobson too. Then in nets, Ottinger 3 wins. To Smith 1 win. And Gibson, who's hurt now, but had a shutout. All putting up some pretty good numbers here. 6 wins for the group. Travis's team, you got Carlson, 2 goals, 3 assists. Pretty good numbers. Lacombe, five apples. Some good depth stats there. 11 shots, 10 blocks. Darlene, a goal, 4 assists. Aho, 3 goals, 2 assists. So some of his newer players putting up some numbers here. But then holy, what, 7 different goalies contributing to this. Um, a lot of goal, a lot of goalie movement here. 3 wins from Dostal, Solovs, 2 wins, Markstrom with one. Um, some decent numbers from Solovs and Markstrom, but otherwise, uh, just the average of them all is just pretty low. Unfortunate for Travis, although he should be fine for a playoff implication. I mean, just needs to win one in the next 2 weeks. But
We'll see what happens. Dull try the beef. Continuing his great season here, defeating Patches. What happened here?
yeah, keeping Patch in the same spot as Travis put them in danger a little bit, but no real surprise. Some close categories right off the hop. 1 goal apart, 22-23 for Patches. Daltrey winning by 4 assists, 31-27. 3 power plays points apart, one shorthanded point apart. 7 game winning goals for Daltrey, just to Patches 2. 6 hits apart. So some really close categories here, but Daltrey's goalie's making the difference, getting 6 wins, 311 saves, 915 and a 276. So some really good numbers there. That's just really what the difference was. Daltrey here, you got Schmaltz, 4 goals, 4 assists. Dorofeyev, however you pronounce it, 4 goals, 2 assists. Um, Chitrin, 3 goals, 2 assists. Robertson, 3 goals, 2 assists. Stutzel, 2 goals, 3 assists. McKinnon, 6 assists. Some really big numbers. Um, the Toronto duo getting 2 wins for him here, and then Gustafson with 2 wins and Decord with 2 wins, putting up some really good numbers. Those two over multiple starts. Uh, and Nick's team just couldn't get it done. Some players did well here though. Larkin, 3 goals, 3 assists, 7 hits with a game-winning goal. Um, got Caulfield, three goals, Forsberg 3, Connor 3. Then you got Montembeau and Lyon getting some wins and Dobes as well. So Montreal get some decent starts from there, but Kemper not very good in his 30 save outing, getting lit up pretty good. Just not enough to get it done, but not really an upset at this point.
I think that was against
Or
like
not
Edmonton. They
surprising,
lost
right?
like
So
8-1 or something. Like
geez.
it was Panarin's first game with them. They just got blown right out.
Uh-oh. He's used to that though, right?
Yeah. Dre defeating Domo. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, Dre keeping the numbers alive.
Yep.
Mathematically still in it. This was pretty close. He only beat him by 1 assist and 4 goals. They tied in power play points. Um, and then Domo taking the deeper stats, taking them in shots, hits, and blocks. But Dre's goalies here taking 4 categories. Some close goalie stats and goals against and save percentage, but ended up in Nick's favor, and that's what the difference was. Uh, go to Nick's team. Don't really got anyone stepping up. Wallman with 4 goals out of nowhere. Um, Shushkin, 12 PIMs, 4 assists. But Butch, 5 goals, 3 assists, plus four, 2 power play points, and a game-winning goal. And then here you go, Dre, 4 goals, 3 assists. Kucherov, 3 goals, 6 assists, 16 PIMs, game-winning goal as well. Both with 18 shots. So those are bigger numbers coming from. Then in nets, they did well. Vass, Tampa's been pretty hot, 3 wins with 97 saves. Blackwood, in Colorado, 2 wins, 91 saves. Um, and then Ned in San Jose is still playing well in his one start, getting the win for 32 saves and a 914. Uh, Going to Domo's team here, you got Horvat, 4 goals, 3 assists, +6, 2 game winning goals, 19 shots, 9 hits, 8 blocks. It's nice deep stat line. No one else really showing up. Echo 4 apples. Kachuk, a goal, 2 assists, 12 pins, 14 hits, 21 shots. Dubois, who he waived, 3 goals, 2 assists for a power in it with a power play point. And then a slew of players that got moved through the
Yeah.
week with trade deadline. Uh, 4 different goalies getting starts, but no one really doing well outside of 6K, who put up 2 wins and a 150 and a 955, but just wasn't enough to carry the weight of the other goalies. Talopolo and Yari.
No, big win for Dre, keeping his hopes alive here. Um, yeah, nothing, nothing means nothing to Domo, unless Casey miraculously can catch up to him, but I don't think he can. Well, he
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I
I
think
don't think he
I think
will, but he can.
yeah.
The farm team dropping a loss here to Sean, who also solidifies his playoff spot. What happened here?
Well, Kyle got dominated on both ends. It's like he likes it. Um, all 5 goalie categories going to Sean. 8 wins, with 1 shutout. 8 wins might even be a record. But his players also had a solid week: 16 goals, 35 assists, 20 power play points, 4 game winners. The only categories he lost here were plus minus and blocks. Um, Bedard putting up 3 goals, Kyrou 2 goals, 4 assists, Eichel 2 goals, 2 assists, and as you got Anderson, who had his one start, he did really well, put up a 931, 27 saves, and same with Wedgwood, 1 win
He had another
for
good start this week,
933.
Anderson. So he might be,
Yeah, they lost, but he only let in 2, I think. Eh?
yeah, he might be
I
setting up
was,
some more playing time for himself.
yeah, be interesting to see if he gets the nab tonight. And then go to Sean's team. You got Kraus, 3 goals, 2 assists, a game winning goal, 15 shots, 9 hits. Heiskanen, 6 assists. Hughes, 7 assists, 15 shots, 4 power play points. Um, Tavares, 3 goals, 1 assist, game winning goal. And you got Thompson and Busey both with 3 goals apiece. And then Rich and Stevenson, both with a win as well. Putting up some solid numbers, all with close 50 plus saves. Um, just took it to him. Uh,
Yeah,
Good for him to secure the playoff spot.
not really
It's been a
competitive.
while since Sean heard that, isn't it?
He'll be in the same spot though next year, going in without a championship. It's all right. House of Kirill, taking it to Hughes Your Daddy, 12-2. What happened here?
Yeah, keeping Casey in the Golden Cock hunt here. Not that Casey put up anything of a fight. 7 wins in nets here, 308 saves. Um, Taking 4 goalie categories. Players doing well. 8 categories to Casey's 2. Casey only beating him by 1 short-handed point, 3 PIMs. So Neil really just took it to him, and good on Neil to stay ahead of the hunt of people that were just right behind him in the standings, as we'll see soon. Kaprizov, 4 goals, Genther 3, Gauthier 4 goals. Uh, some big numbers there. Lozon 29 hits, 11 blocks on the month. Sorry. Then it was Sorokin 4 wins and Veg with 3, both putting up just about a 900 save percentage and a 270 goals against average. Uh, Really solid numbers there. Uh, on Casey's side, you got nobody really here. Melanson, 16 PIMs, 21 hits. Domi, 12 PIMs. Laferriere with one goal, it was just GWG, 17 shots, 20 hits. And then Cooley with his only win on the week, Bennington and Saros, not able to even get a win. And then he has Hart and Kochkov, both who have been out. So it's not going to help you any.
No surprise
But
with that result. A little surprised with this result.
uh,
Dan tying Team Rocket. What happened here?
yeah, it looked quite uh, favorable for Dan going into it. Trying to remember what it was that was the difference here. Well, he beat him by one goal and one assist. To that must have been it that which helped catch him up. Uh, but Dan beat him by one power play point. Um, Goalie stats, there were some fairly close ones as well. Dan taking three to Kyle's one though. But I think it's huge for Dan to at least get 1 point to try to stay ahead of the people. But Kyle definitely sneaking away with one there on him. Point, 3 goals, 2 assists. Cousins, 2 goals, 3 assists, 9 PIMs, 17 hits. Barzell, 3 goals, 6 assists for Dan. You got Sider, 16 hits, 12 blocks with 3 apples. Carr, 2 goals, 2 assists. Uh, he has multiple goalies getting wins for him here. Knight, Hill, Schmidt, and Shosturkin. Uh, Going over to Kyle's team. And Nylander, 2 goals, 5 assists. Uh, Riley, 3 goals, 3 assists. Then you got Hoffer with a win, Corpusalo and Ingram with both with a win as well. Um, yeah, not much to say here. Matchup that didn't really matter, but ends in the tie surprisingly. So
Yep,
that goes to show you, though, right? Playoff hockey, you just got to make it in. Never know.
that's it. Anything can happen. What do we do now? We look at the standings quick before we hit those trades.
Yeah.
Mm. So, Daltrey has locked up first place. I think he already had it locked up based on the math, but no one's catching him. 30 points, 14 2 and 2 record. Dan in second with an 11 5 and 2 record with 24 points. Right behind him is Neil in third with 11 6 and 1 record, 23 points. Jagerbomb's also with the same record and same points. Um, Shifley in fifth with 22 points with an 11 7 and 0 record. Sean tied in points, but his record is worse with a 9 5 and 4. Patches hold on to the seventh here with 20 points with a 10 and 8 record. Travis sitting in eighth right now, 8 6 and 4, 20 points. Forgot about Dre with 17 points, 7 8 and 3. Tage also with a 7 8 and 3 record, sitting in 10th. So him and Dre um, not yet out, but they have some work to do, right? So
Definitely.
um, honestly, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But Nick might sneak in. Um,
Well,
hold
yeah,
on,
it could happen.
yeah. Team Rocket, 7 10 and 1 record, same as Team Ramrod. So 11 and 12 here with 15 points. Corey, you're sitting at 13th with 13 points with a 6 11 and 1 record. Domo with 10 points with a 4 12 and 2 record. Sits in 14th. Right behind him with 9 points, 2 11 and 5 is the farm team. And then Casey sitting there with a 3 13 and 2 record with 8 points. That bottom race is interesting, actually. It's the most interesting race that we have going on right now.
Yeah. And one of them play each other.
Yeah, so it could be huge.
Moving on to trades.
Oh shit, here we go. We got a lot of trades to go over, boys, because something happened during the break. It was called the trade deadline. It was very active before the Olympic break, but after the Olympic break, everything just quieted down. I don't think that they maybe like two trades or something. Like it was very quiet as we approached the deadline. Everyone got the flurry in um,
Hmm.
around the last show before we went on the hiatus here. So I guess first trade here. What we got here? Corpusalo and a 12th going to Team Rocket in exchange for Seelovs and a 14th. I think this is pretty much like a nothing trade. What do you think?
No, I think Travis is expecting his loss to get some starts and probably relying on him for a little bit, I'd say.
I think you want
Um,
the duo.
yeah, exactly. So it just makes him feel a little bit more comfortable, right?
Yeah,
So I don't have to play 2 rounds. I think that's good on him.
yeah. I don't
Also
care for
for
the trade
Kyle
either
to
way.
get something for him, like good on
Yeah,
him. Yeah,
yeah. To me, it's a nothing trade. But yeah, it helps solidify his goaltending as the duo in Pittsburgh. So if something happens, he has that redundancy there. Team Ramrod picking up AJ Greer and a seventh. Um, Polar Bears picking up Marchand and his 16th. What do you think of this?
nice to see Sean active, eh?
Yeah,
Uh, I think Marchand's a good player for him to pick up. Uh, let's see what Florida does. Too bad they weren't going to be pushing a little bit harder here, because it sounds like they're looking to sell some pieces, right? But
I heard Bob's
good on
might be
you.
on the move.
I know. Good on you to get a large pick gap, right? 9 round difference here. Um, yeah, I think it's a win-win, decent recovery for what you had to pay for him.
Yeah, I'm happy with the seventh. And Greer's a guy I like. I always have on my team. I add drop him all the time. So I'm happy with him. But I'm more happy with the seventh. But I think it's a good move for Sean to be active, pick up at the time who it was one of the better players available. So
I agree. Yeah.
Svech me a drink, picking up Braden Point and two eights. In exchange, Travis receives Doan, a six and a seven. What do you think of this deal?
I think Dan did really well. Buying pretty low on a potential keeper. Um, he was not heavy in the center position, so I know it made sense for him. Uh, doesn't really make sense to me why Travis was selling him. Um, not
Yeah, I'm
really
kind
a
of.
great return. It doesn't make sense to me. I get he wants the low picks, but um, yeah, for what you ended up getting later, I don't think Point was upgraded.
I think this makes Travis's team worse as he's trying to get into the playoffs. And yeah, I probably would have kept Point. I could see, but I feel like Travis isn't picking a lane. Like, are you buying and competing, or are you selling? You're just playing it cautious. Like, you go all in if you want to win. And moving Point makes your team worse, and a potential first round matchup with Dan where he might come back to bite you.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. So I don't like the deal for Travis. I don't mind the return. I just don't like the mindset that, hey, I'm going to move him because it doesn't make your team better.
Yeah, and eights are not bad picks.
Nope. So in that sense, I don't hate the return. The return's all right, but again, the mindset is I would not have moved Point in this scenario. Team Ramrod active again. Picking up a Noonan, Ghost Bear, a ninth, and a 12th in exchange for Ronick, Sherratt, and two 17s from TBT. What do you think of this one?
Uh, I think that's pretty solid price for those two players. Ronick getting a lot of playing time before, and now getting probably a lot more puck time, right, with Hughes gone. Um,
He gets
which was
overlooked a lot because he
I
plays on a shitty team.
yeah, but I liked him when he was in Detroit. I
Yeah,
like what he brings. I like Sherratt. Uh, and I think Travis did pretty well here for what he got, and paid a decent price. Probably like a tenth for each of them, pretty close to what you paid. So that's my opinion.
yeah. I was happy with the return. I like what they both bring to the table. Um, and really, what did he move out? He moved out an offensive defenseman and a
Yeah,
backup
who's an
goalie.
ad drop. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
To add a little more grit. And Roddick is an offensive defenseman as well. He's a two-way. So
Yep.
I like the deal for him. I like the deal for both. So House of Kirill, or no, sorry, Captain
Nope.
Crunch, picking up Doan, a sixth and an eighth in exchange for Carlson, 11 and 14 for Travis. So it looks like this is where he moved Dan six and Doan. I guess the question is, would you rather have Point or Carlson?
Yeah, and I think I know he's been hungry for Carlson all year, so I think this
He
is
loves his Swedish boys.
I think this is a pretty good price for Carlson from Domo's perspective. But I also am surprised he didn't keep him. Um, and I don't think it's bad for Travis. You got the guy you wanted, you had to pay for it. A 6 and an 8 is not bad for a young up and comer like Carlson. A team that looks promising towards the future, which is what he's hoping for more than Point, who's more aging, right? So uh, I think he's more this is a long term thing, and he's not in the win now mode as much.
We see. We'll see if that's a long-term thing with Travis. That guy, he might be moved 3 weeks into next season. So, um, but I don't like this for Domo because has no keepers really. He has one player, and you're moving out guys who should be keepers on your team. You got a sixth, but what are you gonna draft? Are you gonna draft the Carlson in the sixth? I don't know. Maybe it's Dan sixth, a
With a
late
non,
sixth.
yeah, potentially, right? But likely,
Yeah.
at least like bottom six.
So I don't know. I don't like it long term. I don't like when people move keeper players when they don't have keepers to replace them. It's different if it's maybe your fringe fifth, but when you have one keeper on your team, which is Kachuk, like what are you doing? What are you keeping? You're gonna keep trash. You're gonna end up keeping guys like Vince Dunn and fucking Clefbaum. But yeah, that's the reason I don't like it. Would I have traded all
Yeah.
that to get rid of Point and get Carlson? I don't know. To me, they're the same player right now. It depends on what his keeper plans are, right? So I'm not going to comment on that because it's really subjective there. So
Yep.
Domo picking up McLeod at 12th in exchange for Coyle at a 16th with House of Kirill. What do you think of this?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Coyle's worth 12th. I feel like he's more like an ad drops. Kind of surprised Neil made this deal, but not really giving up much in a 12th anyways.
No.
Um, but I don't really get why, but
Coyle
uh,
has been on fire a little bit lately, so maybe that's it. But I don't know. To me,
maybe
it's
more than I'm aware. Then
it's
gonna
a
go take a
nothing
look.
trade.
Yeah,
Here's a pretty big trade though.
it is.
Uh, Casey getting Cooley and a six in exchange for Nekus and an 11th. Why don't you tell me what happened here?
Yeah, he reached out to me interested uh and we were just discussing keepers. Um so then he was I was asking what the kind of the prices on Nekis, and I really went big trying to upgrade on Cooley, who's a little bit younger, so Nekis on a good team kind of gives me a winger instead of a center. Paid quite a bit to do it in the sense of giving rid of Cooley and a sixth, but I really was interested in upgrading my keepers this season, and I felt like I was able to do that in this trade. So,
Yeah, short term probably, right?
yep,
Um, I'm a big fan of Cooley, so I feel like his ceiling's gonna be really pretty high as he matures. Especially playing with Gunther. I know he had a lot of injuries this year, so it's tough to judge his season this year. But Nekus obviously established and plays on a line with McKinnon, so um, it's definitely a lot of pros there. I feel like both teams kind of got a good deal out of this one, so I'm not going to harp on either of you because I think it was good. But We have 2 minutes left, so let's stop here. And we'll come back and talk about more trades for part two, boys.